I'd buy that for $1.
Oh, yeah. See, we plan ahead. That way we don't do anything right now. Earl explained it to me.
Now, say my name.
Welcome back, everybody. Yep, golf clap, golf clap. We're not in sync. That's fine. Whatever. Who gives a shit? Welcome to Dead Wire Live, everybody. Saturday night, 9:30s. We are a pop culture show. We like to talk about latest news, headlines, fun things, trailers, video games, anything and everything, and in between. And I am joined, as always, by my co-host, Kevin. Off to that way. That way.
Other way.
Yep, the other way. Anyways, we also have Chad and Skeeter joining us this week. We have a full team on board. So, Chad, you haven't been around for a bit. What you been up to, and what do you want to talk about this week?
I've been up to no good because that's the only thing you can get up to. And honestly, I have not been up to anything fun. Just work and trying not to melt while I'm at work.
That's very important to do.
Oh, what sucks is it gets so hot in there, and there's no air conditioning. And I swear to God, I gotta wring out my lab coat at the end of every day. It's ridiculous.
Okay.
I didn't mean to bring everybody down, but that's
Debbie Downer.
There's worse things.
That's all
Marcy.
right. What's that?
Marcy.
Swamp ass.
Yeah. Well, Skeeter, what you been up to, buddy?
Just the usual. Doing my trivia music bingo. Still enjoying semi-retired life. And catching up on, almost caught up on everything now that I've been watching, that I've been behind on. So it's pretty good.
Right on, right on. Kevin, what you been up to?
Had a pretty full week, like taking my kids swimming, a little bit of hiking and walking with my wife. I was on a podcast with our friend Robert Yanis yesterday on, I just lost myself. I was going to say Crooked Table Productions, but that's his actual production name. Franchise Detours. We were talking about franchise detours about Freddy's Dead, and we had a great time doing that. And nice. I watched a little bit of Star Wars with my kids today, which never, ever happens. So, like, it was a really nice and full week.
Wow. So hell really did freeze over.
A little bit. The Eagles are playing that damn Spheres. That's why.
Yeah, I can totally see that. Well, it's been an interesting week. We've had a lot happening in the news, and I'm caught up on most of those shows, and we got some fun headlines. Kevin, kick us off and let's get started.
All right. So the first headline is kind of a bummer. It's going to be the thread. So the first thing that happened
the thread
this week,
be with you, everybody.
Right. Paramount told us this week that they are increasing our prices for Paramount Plus, which is kind of a bummer enough. And because Paramount Plus doesn't have a whole lot of shit with it already. Like, it's got your Star Trek, your franchises. Chad, you were saying it's got NCIS, your CBS shows, and that's about it. They don't have much else yet. We've been waiting on that yet for quite a while, kind of like with the WWE network. But they've been saying that their prices are going to go ad-free with Showtime. That plan's going to go up by $1 to $12.99 a month. The Paramount Plus Essential plan with ads will increase by $2 to $79.99 a month.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's
not
okay.
good.
Everyone's increasing their prices, especially right now, and they're not really giving you much else with it. But this is not why I added this to the news tonight. This isn't what makes this bad news. What makes this bad news is what happened later on in the week, and that is when Paramount decided to take away all the archives to MTV News. It said some plus 20 years worth of MTV News articles were deleted. Just deleted from the website. Like, it no longer exists, can no longer exist anymore. And that's really freaky, especially if you're a member of Gen X.
Mhm.
Like, because that's your childhood for one thing.
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
would just point out that everybody should be aware of the Wayback Machine, which you can find on like Archive. There's extensions for it on certain browsers. There is a way to go back and pull this information up, but it's just more work for everybody to be able to even do something like that. Nobody should have to go back through and have to go through that unless you're like us, content creators who want to do some research on headlines from a few years ago, let alone like 20 years ago. Anything all the way back to say like 2000, you can still find stuff on there. Not a lot, but if it was able to be imaged and cataloged, you can go back and check that out. But that's just more work for everybody to, hey, I remember this article about like saving Farscape and why Farscape really got canceled years ago. You can't find that on a Google search. You have to use the Wayback Machine and go back to the last day that possibly was reviewed by somebody and snapshotted by the Wayback Machine. So.
Oh, dang.
Now, does anybody else think that this kind of stinks a little bit more of Gen X erasure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Quite a bit.
Yeah. Okay, it's not just me then.
No, they're absolutely trying to control the narratives and do revisionist history if at all possible. They want to make it really difficult for people to look back and do all the research and the digging on things that happened and how they developed.
Yeah, don't want the truth out there, you know.
No, we don't need to know about the real world and what happened with Mike Mazanin during that season and how he cheated on everybody and he somehow won the fucking show. No.
Yeah.
Don't hate. He's awesome.
Don't hate the player. Hate the game.
So that is really bad. All this is true. This is really bad. And you thought, wow, that really sucks. Well, shame on you, Paramount. B sucks because of A, or A sucks even worse because of B. Well, look at this. The next day, they did the exact same thing. They cut 25 years worth of articles and clips from Comedy Central and CMT. So they did the same thing to the country music world that they did to the rock and rap music world. And then cut away all your favorite clips from, say, like The Daily Show, Chappelle Show, Tosh.0, all that. And the reason being is because they want to drive more people to subscribe to Paramount Plus. All that information is going to be on Paramount Plus, they're saying. Now, I don't know how and why the archives are going to be on Paramount Plus. That's bullshit to me.
Yeah.
But golly, that just seems like a really shitty way to make that extra dollar, or to make I don't know. I don't know how and why they're planning to get purchased by another company when they're like trying to push their customers out the building. Like,
I don't think they're trying to sell anymore. It seems like what they're trying to do is shore up their assets and try and somehow find their own way out of a hole. But it's almost too little too late. I don't understand what they're trying to do, but this seems to be the steps they are taking to shore up their assets. And maybe it'll look nicer in the end by streamlining this and that. But my comment would be at least keep the shit up on something like, say, YouTube. You have a channel. You have access to YouTube. It doesn't cost you extra to upload these clips and whatnot there. You're just basically taking down your own websites and just trying to force people to the platform. You can still have these kind of clips on YouTube as a way of advertising.
Yeah.
But it sounds like they're even looking at removing that sort of situation as well.
Yeah, but how would they monetize that though? That's what I think they're really trying to do here, is just find another way of bilking an extra few dollars out of the viewing audience. And if that stuff's up on YouTube, I mean the paywall isn't necessarily there, so they wouldn't be making that extra
they
little
can
bit.
still get advertising revenue from that if you got the subscribers, you got the viewing time, if people are continually checking out clips for like NCIS to like the Daily Show from years ago. Every time those play, that does generate some revenue. It's not a lot. A lot of content creators throughout the years, YouTube has changed a lot. about how they conduct business, how they do percentages with certain advertising on certain programming. So it really depends on the kind of deal that they got set up with YouTube, but they would still be bringing in some sort of cash flow that's not there otherwise. They're trying to make up for it with Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus is not making money, and it never will make money. Disney's platform has not yet made money. The only platform that has proven to have been making money is Netflix and Max.
Really?
Mhm.
Yep. Everything else has been losing money.
I would have guessed Prime.
Prime is part of a subscription deal with the shipping, so it's tied into Amazon itself.
Yeah.
At some point, they are going to split that off. That has been rumored and talked about for the last couple of years. There's going to come a time when your Amazon Prime subscription is either going to blow past $250, or they're going to go back to Amazon Prime is just for shipping. Prime Video is now going to be its own separate entity, and you will have to pay the same fee for both, split apart, unless you package them and save $50 by doing that.
And that's when my wife's going to be like, bye-bye.
Yep.
Yep.
Mark my words, that's going to happen.
Mhm.
I called this bubble bursting on streaming way back in 2018.
Yep.
I can point you to a few podcasts where I was on that I specifically said that, and nobody was like believing me. They're like, "Oh no, this is the way of the future." Bursting. Just saying. Another one bites the dust.
Mm-hmm.
Skeeter, you got any thoughts on this one?
It's kind of interesting how they're like taking control of the initiative to not really cover up, but only put certain stuff for us Gen Xers to look for. And I almost get a cancel culture feel for it too. Like they're trying to, let's hide this. We can only put it here, but you have to pay for it to get this information. It's kind of got that feel to it, like where the cancel culture was doing that for quite a while. And like they're still trying to hide certain information. So what they say is, okay, yep, we don't like this. We'll put it here, but we can't totally get rid of it. But if you want to see it, you got to pay a lot of money to see it.
Right.
Kind of how I feel it's starting to go. I don't like it, but I got no control.
You are not the only one. The original editor very much agreed and said that history needs to be stewarded, not owned.
Yes.
And I agree. And it sounds like we all agree.
Yeah.
So, and I apologize for the really old reference, guys.
That's okay.
Obsolete.
Just obsolete.
So, yeah, Paramount pissed everybody off this week. And dare I say it, I want to see what they do next week.
I'll
See if
just
they
stay
double
tuned,
down.
brother. What's that?
See if they double down and do just something so everybody unsubscribes en masse.
No.
I mean, like I was telling you guys before we went on tonight, I'm kind of stuck. I mean, my mother is addicted to frickin' NCIS, so I have to keep that so she can binge everything every single frickin' day. But it's going to get to the point where it's just not cost effective to keep my mother happy.
I think that's the way my wife looks at Disney Plus. Like I will sit and watch Marvel or MCU all fucking day long. And that would be about it. Like she wouldn't get anything else out of that. So, but I get regulated personally.
Yeah.
Shout out to the regulators.
Regulators.
Look, just because I could watch Thor 3 times a day. Anyway. No, you're right.
Emma.
Paramount Plus just doesn't have the volume that the other streaming services has. That's just its problem. It always has.
They don't have the library. Yeah. They don't have the licenses for it.
Yeah. And
You know,
They'd have to go in with like Sony and like another studio in order to kind of make something work.
and they've already done enough stupid. I mean, ditching Star Trek Prodigy when they did. That was,
right.
I mean, and season 2 was starting up on the 1st, but that had to go to Netflix
Yeah.
because that got
Oh,
ditched by not just Paramount Plus, but also from Nickelodeon. It got taken off
Yeah.
off a terrestrial cable, and it got purged from the digital platform, which pissed so many people off.
Well, Netflix does have a deal with Paramount in relation to some Star Trek properties. I mean, they helped fund the first 3 seasons of Discovery, so
Mhm.
there's a pre-existing agreement between them. They probably felt like, hey, if Netflix, hey, if you want to pick up the tab and just take it, here you go.
Well, what's really fucked up is season 2 was pretty much done when it got canceled.
Gotcha.
So there was a lot of fan uprising. There's this group on Facebook I'm part of called Star Trek Ship Posting, and they got really vocal. I'm not going to say that the ship posters was the ones who helped season 2 get picked up by Netflix, but it didn't hurt.
No, but
Don't fuck with
Netflix
the
also
Trekkies.
has a reputation of bringing on former shows from other
Mm-hmm.
networks, bringing them on and then keeping them going to varying degrees of success. Longmire continued for 3 more seasons. That was fine.
Yep.
Arrested Development, not so much. So there's a mixed bag with bringing former shows from elsewhere on and seeing what happens with them. All right, Kevin, next headline.
Next headline is a whole bunch of leaks. There were leaks everywhere from the closed set of James Gunn's Superman movie. And it was hard to get just one picture because there's like 40 different characters in this movie. So we put
No
together
shit.
collages of the Superman film. Some really neat shots. You've got Mr. Terrific here that he's with, who is a comic accurate character. Like he looks exactly the way he does.
Oh,
in the comics.
they nailed that look.
Mhm.
Wow.
I'm not
is-
terribly familiar with that. I'm kind of a normie when it comes to Superman. I just know like the movies, the animated series. So I hear Mr. Terrific and I'm like, I kind of recognize the name from some of the animated stuff, but
The only
that's about
animation
it.
he was in was Justice League Unlimited.
Exactly.
He was in Arrow.
first
yeah.
Oh, he was more.
Yeah.
That's probably
he was
long
in-
after I tuned out.
Yeah, he was in
Mhm.
the later series or seasons of Arrow, but
Okay.
he's a legacy character. The original was named Terry Sloan. He was part of the Justice Society back in the 40s.
Okay.
Oh, was he one of the Carry On characters? That
Mhm.
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah,
I did not
Michael.
know that.
This one is Michael Holt, the third smartest man in the world. So he's
shit.
more like a genius than anything.
Okay. So they kind of when they meshed I want to say Hank Pym. That's an Arrow where they turned Brandon Routh, his character.
Adam.
Palmer. Yeah, when they turned
Ray
when
Palmer.
turned him into the Atom, that he was kind of a mesh more or less of this guy and then Palmer then, because I don't remember his Atom was a lot more like Iron Man than
Yeah,
the Atom that I remember from Justice League.
Yeah, they did their own thing with Brandon Routh, but it's fitting that you mentioned Brandon Routh, Kevin, because as we all know, he played Superman in Superman Returns,
Mhm.
and when they brought his Superman back in the Arrowverse for Crisis on Infinite Earths,
Yeah.
he wore that S shield,
Yep.
Yeah,
which
black
was
one.
the black
Mhm.
one from Kingdom Come,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and
Oh, okay.
And in the final episode of that crossover, they did show Routh's Superman flying, and it was red on yellow.
Mhm.
Oh,
So, I thought that was fitting, and I love the Kingdom Come emblem.
yeah. And then they showed it because he was editor in chief at that point, because Joker
Yeah.
killed everybody at the Daily Planet. They actually showed the Alex Ross picture in the background of
Yep.
all the Joker gas coming out of the Daily Planet, and I'm like, oh my god,
Man, I need to play some catch up on some of this stuff.
That was such a good Easter egg.
yeah, I
That was
really
so
like
good.
that. But anyhow, I'm sorry. We've also got Lois Lane here, sound guy, which appears with him and Mr. Terrific. A picture of him looking up at probably like the 11th cat stuck up in a tree that day.
Yep.
Mhm.
He's all about the pussy.
Then we've got pictures of him as Clark Kent, which
Not
looks-
liking the hair.
No, it's been getting a lot of criticism. Is that a good word
I'm
for it?
okay with it. When you compare
looks-
it to him as Superman versus Clark Kent, they actually kind of look like different people in that regard.
It
I mean,
looks like a
I'm
toupee
not a
from
fan of the
80s.
hairstyle, but I like the opposition it plays.
Sure, it's a lot better than just the here. Let me put my spit curl back up.
Yep, pretty much.
So,
Or like what they did with Christopher Reeve when he changed the part.
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
that what he did? He
Mhm.
changed his
He
hairstyle?
changed the part, yeah. Superman's hair was parted on the opposite side from Clark Kent's.
As one does.
I don't know. This hairpiece looks like you found it at Goodwill.
Yes.
I think somebody said the hairstyle is called like the Edward or the broccoli or something like that. I'm like, I've never heard of these words before. My mother-in-law is actually a former hairstylist. I should ask her about this.
Huh.
So, what do
Yeah,
y'all
should probably know the Edward.
What are y'all's thoughts on him actually having the S shield on the cape again?
I
like
don't
it.
mind it.
But yeah, it's fine.
No, I'm actually really happy to see that. I haven't seen an S shield on Superman's cape on film, not on television, but not on film since the Superman movie I like to forget, Superman 4.
Yeah.
Oh, rest for peace.
Yeah, where it gets ripped apart and then stolen by Lana Lang, who gets her ass beat. No, I'm sorry, it wasn't.
That
Lana
was number
getting her ass
3.
beat. Yeah.
I was gonna say,
That's
what
right.
movie are you talking about?
Lois kicked somebody else's ass for that cape. That's right.
Mhm.
There you go.
I can't remember who it was, but anyway.
I'm digging Lois's look in this. Though.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I think she, the casting choices at first, I'm like, I don't know about this, but so far, just based on stills, I'm pretty okay with what we're seeing. I really want to see these characters in motion, like an actual trailer, because you could point out all you want about the Superman outfit. I'm not a fan of the collar. I think that's kind of stupid looking. But like any of the other scenes where he's kind of like drinking his coffee, leaning over, and you see all the folds and the ripples in the outfit, he's largely going to have the Superman posing and stature for most of this movie. And anything that's going to be a wrinkle is going to be like CGI'd out. So I'm not too beat up about that. I just don't know about like all the damn lines on his outfit. Other than that, I kind of dig the look. I'm nitpicking a little bit about the collar and then the overall like grid kind of like super suit he seems to be wearing.
The collar and the lining, I think they were using the suit he wore in the New 52 era.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing, yeah.
And that was one of the worst Superman suits ever.
Gives me that Homelander feel.
Well, exactly. I'm
Exactly.
feeling
Just
like
needs it on the
full-on
shoulders.
Homelander here, yo.
Yeah.
Now, what I'm a little bummed about is we haven't seen Nathan Fillion as Green Lantern yet, as Guy Gardner.
Oh, is that who?
Yeah.
Is that what he's doing? Okay, I
Yeah,
knew he
he's-
was going to be
he's-
in this movie.
Yeah,
so.
he is one of the Green Lanterns, the one who is a complete fucking asshole.
Mhm.
The
Well,
one
that
who
fits.
Batman punched out once. It was brilliant.
And everyone laughed.
Oh, yeah. One of the best panels in all of comics.
Even my wife was like, "Oh, they're putting Guy Gardner in this fucking movie." I'm like, "Yeah, but I don't know who's playing him." And she's like, "God, I hope it's." She didn't even care. She hears about Nathan Fillion. She might be like, "I don't know if it was Ryan Reynolds, maybe."
Oh, no.
Because something bad is going to happen to him inevitably. You just
Yeah.
know he's
Mhm.
going to
He
be
usually
a
does in the
douche.
comics.
Yep.
Yeah, like guy's a twat all the time. Like, nobody likes him. I want to say he's probably right up there with Hawkeye as far as being an unliked character in comics.
No
Yep.
kidding.
Oh yeah.
So
Now, I had a quick question. Who's the blonde character? Now, I've heard
Yeah.
some streams kind of talk about her like super briefly, and by the time I kind of was paying attention, I'm like, who the hell did they say she was? I mean, she looks great, but I don't know who that character is.
that is Kat Grant.
Ah.
Okay.
She is a reporter with the Daily Planet. Is she a reporter or is she Perry's assistant?
I want to say she's a reporter.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Okay.
Let me see here.
Thank you.
Who is the actress? I don't know.
Oh, that's
really
okay.
like
She
that.
looks
Again,
great.
there's 40 people in here. That is Michaela.
Tell
Huber.
us in the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, where are you guys? Oh, there you
They're there. They're there.
They're there. Anywho's, and then we've got Jimmy Olsen down on the lower left-hand corner.
Jimmy looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, and I didn't get a shot of it, and there's two others that I didn't get a shot of, but it made me want to ask you guys a question with all the talk that we've been doing about this suit, and that it is kind of the hybrid of the original plus the new 52. What is your guys' favorite Superman suit so far?
Let me preface that by saying they're missing one.
Mm,
Dean Cain Superman, motherfucker.
yeah. That's what I was looking for.
I said this on Twitter to the guy who originally posted that. I'm like, you got everybody listed, but you're missing one.
They're missing three. They're missing I can't
George
think of
Reeves.
Yep,
George Reeves,
George Reeves.
the guy just before George Reeves.
Yeah.
Dean Cain. I'm sorry, I can't think of the gentleman's name, but the guy that played Superboy in the 80s. And
Which
yeah.
one? There were two. The character got recast.
Yes, because of was it drugs or was it an accident related to drugs?
Not sure which.
Right on, Eric. Good choice.
I don't recall. I'm going with 78 personally. I like
Same.
2006,
Eh.
but I really liked Brandon Routh's Kingdom Come suit.
Oh,
that one I
Yeah,
really liked a lot.
Okay.
That's a good one.
You say that now, I'm like, okay. Yeah.
Brandon Routh's 2006 suit was reused briefly in the series finale of Smallville.
Yep.
Yes.
But it was
right.
only when Clark ripped the shirt open. He never fully. Tom Welling just did not want to fully wear that
Yeah.
suit. But
Right.
no, I'm with you, Kevin. I'm going with 78.
It feels right. It always
does.
did. And George might be like the very tie for me there. I'm not sure. So I'm such a mark for George Reeves.
I'm gonna go 78 in 2013 with the 2021 not too far behind. I don't like Brandon Routh's one, and I'm kind of still iffy on the 2025 till we see it in action. The rest of these I've seen them all. 2021, I mean, it looks fine, but it's not really grabbing me.
It's too padded.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, and I thought Henry looked fucking outstanding in his goddamn suit. So
yeah, that's where I'm at too. 78 will always be my favorite, but 2013 looked amazing. Henry did
liked-
an amazing job.
For Henry Cavill, I liked the black suit from
Yeah.
Justice League
from
Zack
Justice
Snyder.
League. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, from Zack Snyder's Justice League.
No,
I
need to
actually
go see
kind of
that
like
again.
Zack Snyder's Justice League. It's kind of funny. I hate Joss Whedon's version of it.
Yeah.
There were so many reshoots on that.
That was wild.
And
I mean,
so many more reasons not to like the re-edited version. Like
The mustache.
Oh God, Mustache Gate.
Yep.
He looked fine, and when Zack Snyder restored a lot of that for his cut, they spent way too much money doing that, but it ended up being a better movie, and it looked good. I mean, still a very long fucking movie, but
It was okay longer. It was better.
Oh yeah, I'm not
I
complaining,
think
but
so.
it was still probably, if you're gonna put that in the fucking theaters, you're talking like nearly like 3.5 fucking hours for a superhero movie.
Yeah.
You'd start tapping out at 2 hours and 45 minutes with the Avengers movie. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
Maybe they were thinking we sat and watched
We
Lord of
had
the Rings
Batman.
for about that much.
I mean, I won't lie,
Mm.
I still would have gone to the theater for Zack Snyder's Justice League if they had bothered to even think about putting it in the goddamn theater. I would have sat there, but for most people, that's not okay. The 3.5 hour superhero movie, nobody gonna sit for that. Besides, Zack Snyder's like in his own world right now, working on all of his Rebel Moons.
He's been in his own world since Watchmen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, Watchmen was dope. That was fun.
It was a good movie.
Yeah,
I liked it.
Yeah.
I
Rebel
did.
TV
I know.
show.
I know most people that really liked the book didn't like the movie, but golly, I like both. Thought they were both
Yeah.
fun. Fun.
Exactly.
No, I liked your question about like which of those suits worked, and it's just you line up all of the Supermen from live action form and give it a proper assessment, because then it's a fun discussion with everybody. I mean, we just had Eric talk about like in our YouTube chat that the 2013 one was pretty fun, and I mean, put a comment down below, or if you're catching this on a delay, we'd love to hear about what you think about which outfits you like too. So hit that down below. And also hit that like button, everybody.
I'm going to have to make it my goddamn self, and I was trying not to. Anyway,
Keep it moving, Kevin.
keep it moving. Okay, so we've got a couple Marvel quick hits. There was a new trailer that came out this week for Deadpool and Wolverine. That'll take just a little bit, but really quick, we've got a couple, like I said, really quick hits from Marvel. The first one is what we've been waiting to see for a while, and that's any kind of word whatsoever on Agatha. We have our very first image from Empire from Agatha. I don't know what it's called at this point. House of Harkness, House of Darkness.
It's just called, last I heard it was just Agatha Always, but it might just be now Agatha. It's undergone like 8 fucking name changes, dude. Like they don't know what to fucking do with this show, and it's been done for 2 years.
Jeez.
Like,
I just want to see it. God damn it. I love Catherine Hahn.
Yeah.
I mean, I will watch this because I really did like her in WandaVision.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which,
great.
look who's in the upper right-hand corner there.
Mm-hmm.
Who? I can't even tell.
Deborah Rupp.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So she'll be returning, which means everybody from that town is now free and aware. And with Agatha, who knows?
Very well could be.
Yeah. And then next we had a little bit of the Blade news, I think, and that was being asked at the red carpet of Maxine, what's going on with that Blade movie? Mia Goth responded, they just want to make a great movie. Sure,
She's
they
playing
do.
nice.
Yes, she is nicer than what she needs to, especially in the red carpet of a big debut that she's doing right now.
She doesn't have to
So.
play nice with me, I'll tell you that.
And then lastly on the Marvel end, Kevin Feige was on report this week for saying that the new Fantastic Four movie is, yes, a period piece set in the 1960s. However, it is not from our timeline. It is not from the MCU's main timeline, and it's even going to have a different city skyline.
Yep.
Wow.
That's
So-
disappointing.
Yeah. I'm
Bullshit.
really not sure how I feel about that.
Oh, I know how I feel about it. I think it's a load of crap.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a completely different universe, and rumors are that this could be considered the soft reboot of Marvel, because after whatever's coming after this movie, it's just going to be considered one universe, and once those wrap up, like the Avengers movies, then when we get to what is it, Battle World or whatever that second Avengers movie is supposed to be, this is where it'll pick up from this movie.
Well, they do got the multiverse pretty widely popular going right now. in a
Yeah.
lot of
Widely
different movies.
popular.
So they could be trying to put this in here, or they're trying to say, hey, we know it's not going to be great, so we're going to say it's not part of that universe. It's a different universe.
I just want Wanda to show up and blow up Pedro Pascal's head. They did Krasinski dirty. I liked him. So.
Yeah, that was really fucking dirty. Like that was a huge pop in the audience, and then they'll fix it in post, right? Like,
oh, they fixed it in post, all right.
Yeah.
And then next thing you hear is Pedro Pascal is playing Reed, and I'm kind of like,
no.
Contractual obligation. Did y'all not see
sweet
Wonder
Marvel
Woman
money?
84?
Yeah. Keep on cashing them Disney checks, Pedro, because at some point those checks are going to stop coming in the mail.
Yeah.
Mando money.
Mando money, Last of Us money, everything that he's doing money. I mean, he already helped ruin Wonder Woman 84, so hey, let's keep the train going. Let's kill another franchise.
Toot toot. That was all WBs.
Yeah.
WB did that.
Now, Kevin, this wasn't on your list. I saw this on Twitter. They're talking about there wasn't a Marvel Okoye show that they were doing based on the character from Black Panther and Wakanda Forever, and that show seemingly is either being perpetually delayed or getting outright canceled.
Oh no!
Oh darn! Another show that nobody asked for that may or may not happen.
Yeah, but like that's a dope ass actor right there with like some major ass fucking kung fu style. That would have been fun. Could have potentially been fun. Much better than Shuri. I like Okoye much better than Shuri. And
what about Ironheart?
I don't give a shit about Ironheart. I honestly don't. Like I've never read an Ironheart comic. It's just I'm not a fan. I don't know anything about it. I haven't even seen Wakanda Forever yet. Like that's how far back I am.
I can't bring myself to do it.
I just don't care.
I still haven't even watched the freaking Eternals.
I haven't watched an MCU movie since Avengers Endgame.
You are not missing much.
That's what I'm hearing.
Spider-Man was good.
That was Sony Marvel. So it's kind of half Sony, half Marvel.
Whatever.
I battled my way through the Eternals. The Eternals could have been so much potential, but it was just It was hard to watch through. I powered through it just to see if it was going to tie into anything, and not really.
And it doesn't. Huh. And that's one that's like 3 hours, isn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty much. It was really long.
I couldn't. I sat and watched that much of fucking WandaVision and Captain Winter Soldier, but I enjoyed those.
Yeah.
But
well, that's you.
Whatever.
Want me to load up a trailer there, Kevin? Let's end on a sweet note for Marvel.
Yeah.
Because this is a fun one. All right. And we can play this and not worry too much about it. Yep. So let's have Skeeter Chad. Have you seen this yet or no?
Not yet.
I have 3-4 times now because it's so awesome.
All right, let's do it then.
It was everything that I've ever cared about, and I have no idea how to save it. But you do.
Trust me, kid, I'm no hero. This Wolverine let down his entire world.
Well, my entire world needs you. Shake on it. Ah, nicked it. Just got the tip with your little.
I'm still going to hit pause every now and then so we can talk about what just happened. So what do you guys think about the initial kickoff here on this third? And I don't think this is going to be the final trailer. I think we might get one more.
I'm excited about it because you see it's tying into the Loki show. So it's going to explains a lot of what's going to happen. You hear him say this Wolverine was not that good of a Wolverine, so he wasn't the hero.
Ass.
Yeah.
Always so negative, that TVA. They've never got nothing nice to say about nobody.
Well, and this is supposed to be a different TVA. It's supposed to be from the Fox Marvel universe.
Oh, that I didn't know. So
Yeah.
this Mobius isn't in this shit, and Kang had nothing to do with this.
Well, it would be super funny. They may be in it, and we don't know about it.
I mean, it's possible.
A Fox TVA. Wow. So they can all die then. Fuck them.
Yeah, sounds like it.
This is what I'm talking about. Big slow motion action sequence. Who knows if you live or die?
Who's next?
Oh my God.
Sabretooth. Ready?
Yeah, let's fucking go.
Wait. Time!
People have waited decades for this fight. It's not going to be easy. Very nice. Shoot the devil, you take him down.
There's pyro.
Full mount, and you ground and pound till he makes no sound because he's dead.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh my God.
So happy.
Oh yeah.
With the
I think it
Samantha
just this
Taco
now
truck
goes
right
into
there.
the normal full
Yep.
trailer, so we don't have to continue with that part. But
That makes me happy. though.
Yes. Yes.
So
this should be at the minimum. This should be a fun ass movie.
Yes.
Just even seeing Tyler Mane back with
Yes.
Sabretooth, like, oh, you set this up in like the first fucking X-Men movie, like they're lifelong rivals, and then by X-Men Origins, it's like, wait, they were brothers, and you got a better actor, but he still can't fight. Shit, you still can't get Sabretooth right.
I liked Liev Schreiber as Sabretooth. Like
he was great as
he was.
Sabretooth. They
He
just
really
didn't let him
was.
fight like Sabretooth.
Yeah.
That's what I had a problem with.
Liev
For the most
Schreiber
part.
was one of the only saving graces of that movie.
yeah.
In Origins Wolverine.
Yeah, because by that point in the comics, like Sabretooth was a genius assassin, like terrifying. And he was not that in the X-Men movie. And with no offense to Tyler Mane, like pretty much everything looking back in the first two X-Men movies, well, the first three X-Men movies were not that great except for Wolverine. Wolverine, Professor X, and Magneto. That was about it. That's why those are the only three things that really remain canon throughout Fox's history. But I'm not unhappy. I'm not unhappy to see Tyler Mane. That's the weird fucking thing. Like, I'm super happy to see everybody from the original movie. Like, it's gonna hit that nostalgic sweet spot for me one way or the other. Even though I liked what came afterwards better.
Yeah. All I want is just a good, fun movie, and I think it's going to deliver that, and I think it's going to make a lot of money. I call this it's going to hit $1 billion easy. Will it hit 2?
Yeah.
That's going to be the question. This is going to do better than the second one. If it doesn't, I'm honestly surprised, and we're probably done with Deadpool as any sort of major character in any movie moving forward in the Marvel Disney universe.
I would be shocked and devastated if that happened.
Yeah.
And I still like the second one, but I love that first one.
Oh, that is a brilliant movie. Absolutely brilliant.
I'm just saying, man, fucking Juggernaut getting it electrocuted in his ass.
Chef's kiss.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna rip you in half now. I'm excited. I think this will be the highest grossing movie of the year.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Very likely.
Yeah.
I hope anyway. I hope.
The only one that'll probably contest that is probably the Despicable Me 4 movie.
Yeah, maybe.
Early word on that one is it's actually really good.
Inside Out 2 is fantastic. So yeah, I mean, if Despicable Me is like anything else that Illumination has been doing, is they're going to continue doing what they've been doing, and that's well. Like,
And that's Run the Train on Disney.
Yeah, Mario proved that last year.
Yeah.
God, yeah, it did.
They were like, watch this shit. We're not even going to try.
It's funny. I actually thought Mario would do a little bit better at the box office than they did, but it was still one of the highest grossing movies of the year.
Yeah.
Barbie is the only one that beat it. And I don't even think Oppenheimer. I think Oppenheimer eventually cracked $1 billion, but it took a while.
Yeah.
I still have to see that.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, it's really good. You'll like it.
I know how it ends. Anyway.
Yeah, it turns into Godzilla -1.
And I did watch that.
Anyway.
All right. So for weirder and sadder news for movies, we found out today that Chicken Soup for the Soul Entertainment is filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Boo.
Why is this on our show? That's a good fucking question. Well, as it turns out, Chicken Soup for the Soul Entertainment also owns Willy's Wonderland. So if anyone's curious as to what the holdup is for Willy's Wonderland 2, this is going to be a problem. They owe a lot of money to a lot of people, specifically from Universal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they actually own the part of Willy's Wonderland that Universal did. So depending upon how this chapter 11 goes, because if Marvel has taught us anything, Chapter 11 doesn't mean that they're going anywhere. It just means that they're going to get bought out by another business and be saved from their bankruptcy debts. They owe a lot of people, including their own employees, a lot of money right now. So what's that going to happen to this particular franchise that I love so goddamn much? We're not sure. Geo Parsons is going to be the one to have the answers, and he's usually pretty upfront online. So if you're a fan, if you're an employee, definitely keep following that because he's going to have the answers first and foremost. But keep an eye on this because they own a lot of stuff like Redbox, like Crackle. All that's going to end up changing soon depending upon what happens with their Chapter 11.
Yep. Although I might have a little inside information, I hear that Blumhouse and David Gordon Green are trying to acquire those rights. I'm kidding. Gotcha.
Fucking kill you. I write the jokes on this bitch.
I got a few up my sleeve too.
Shut up, bitches.
Shut up, bitch.
Oh my god. All right, Kevin, moving along.
Happier news. The Walk of Fame class of 2025 will include none other than Mr. Robert Englund this year.
About fucking time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Robert Englund and John Carpenter are both being added to the Walk of Fame, as is Prince and apparently George Strait.
Yeah, that's not a bad lineup, actually.
And I went, George Strait for that one movie he did?
He was straight enough for that movie.
I guess. Like everybody watched it back then. Shit. Yeah. It was like they handed that CD out or that tape out in the mail like samples of Tide. Everybody had the soundtrack to
No fucking kidding, dude. You know, it does make me want to ask a question, and this is just off the top of my head since you're talking about John Carpenter and Robert Englund. Have they ever worked together? I actually don't know off the top of my head. I think that would be a great combo for a movie or even a short film.
I don't think so, but they are friendly with one another online.
Maybe if John Carpenter can get the Dead Space movie, maybe we can get Robert Englund as a commander who is running around the ship fucking everybody up.
I want to see him be the unitologist doctor that's killing everybody.
That's what I mean.
That's mine right there.
Yep.
I was going to say it'd be better as a unitologist priest.
Give it to me. Give it to me now.
Yeah.
In my eye. Put it in there.
Oh, there'll be plenty of eye horror in that movie.
Yeah.
Eye horror. Speaking of eye horror, since it didn't do so well in the box office, Furiosa is now available for streaming. Yeah.
Yeah, baby. Woohoo!
It took less than 48 days for Furiosa to go from box office failure to, streaming flop. It has not done well so far.
The Fall Guys got the record this year, though. 18 days. Or was it 19 days?
I think it was 18. And that makes me sad because I don't want to call either one of these movies a flop because they were both apparently pretty fucking good. Yep. So before anybody gets too upset about that joke, it is simply that. It's a joke. People just didn't go see those movies. There's a weird phenomenon happening right now. Like,
where people are not going to see good movies. They're going to see certain good movies.
They're going to see those movies that the studios say are going to make movies. The reboots, the tested IPs. Those are the only movies that have made any fucking money this year. And those are the only movies that are going to make any money this year.
Bad Boys 4, for fuck's sake, is actually doing really good.
Why? Why is that doing fucking well?
Martin Lawrence.
Nostalgia.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Michael Bay makes a cameo in it.
Ew.
That's yet another reason to not go see it.
Yeah.
Kinda. Like, can we blow him up? Would that be cool?
Dude, don't knock the Transformers movies while we got other shitty products being made in Hollywood. That his movies at least still provided an entertainment value. The rest of them do not.
Mm-hmm.
He can blow shit up like the best of them. Yes, he can. Yep. And he's earned his respect with the United States military.
Yeah, let's fucking go.
We'll show how you blow shit up too.
Yeah, it's gonna be like the movie Triple X. You gonna do this right? Blow shit up, PlayStation style.
Yeah. PlayStation style.
Think PlayStation, blow shit up.
Carpet bombing is awesome, though. I will admit that.
There you go, Cap.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, speaking about more shit that Hollywood puts out in streaming, HBO has finally announced that it is now putting out HBO original series. The first three are going to be Harry Potter, which is not going to have anything to do with the movies, from what I understand. Also coming along will be a prequel to It, Welcome to Derry, because they're going to make it that Derry has been a haunted town for generations, I think. I've heard that in the rumor mill for a long time, and I hope that's going to come to fruition.
That tracks with a lot of the lore that King had already set up in the novel too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Derry was fucked from the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right, because he'd been hunting and killing there for so long, right?
Oh, for centuries, if not millennia.
Yeah. That's right. And then was he an alien in the book, or did they just add that to the second movie to make it like make me turn it off?
He was an extra dimensional entity from some place called the Macroverse.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Once they got into the whole like Bill Hader going to the sweat lodge because he was hurting for the Yurton, I turned it off. Like, I was done.
That was in the books, and they didn't have Pennywise's counterpart, who was a turtle.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I forgot about that.
Yeah, the turtle was not in It Chapter 2.
No.
He was alluded to in It Chapter 1 when young Bill dropped that Lego turtle.
Right. Yep.
I need to go back and watch those, but my kids are always around. And I know not to watch It Part 1 with my kids. Like, that will fuck them for life. It's a good one.
Already crazy as it is.
Right. And then the last thing that Max announced that they were doing, I kind of saved for Chad because I figured this was going to make him super happy. They come out with a Green Lantern Corps show. This has been in the works for a long time too.
Long time.
Years. And from what I read, they're wanting to cast a Hal Jordan who's like our age, late 40s, early 50s, with a younger John Stewart, sort of a mentor-mentee situation.
Yep. I'm hearing the same thing too. And they're modeling it after the True Detective, which could actually be very interesting. And it's going to be largely set on Earth. So that's one way to kind of keep the budget down a little bit, is just shoot largely on practical locations and just do the special effects as needed.
Just don't make the super suit green or animated.
Animated. Dear God, that is so true. I love that joke in that movie. I'm actually pretty excited for Green Lantern, though, and my wife is kind of reluctantly excited. She's only been hearing about this damn thing for years. So
yeah,
I was kind of sad that we're never going to get John Diggle being a Green Lantern, but I'm still going to be really okay with this.
Yeah.
But it should be fun.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited for most of these shows. Green Lantern, the Harry Potter one, but the Harry Potter one's going to have to be really good, though.
Kind of.
For Derry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if it could be like period pieces, that would be great.
Yeah,
almost like an anthology going from time period to time period,
like American Horror Story.
Yeah.
That could be pretty interesting if they went with that kind of approach. That'd be a way to handle that.
Yeah, make it really good that way.
A lot of storytelling abilities.
Absolutely. Hey, and that's A-okay too. Yep. Hey, checks in the mail, Kevin.
I want a quarter every time you skip to another century.
Yep.
We're making a vocal trademark right here.
That's right. That's right. Okay, so that's for streaming. Now for upcoming films, there's been a screener of Mortal Kombat that's been done, and apparently what to expect are a lot of deaths from fighters. It's going to be primarily a Johnny Cage and Katana movie. We pretty much figured that it was going to be a Johnny Cage movie just by the fact that Carl Urban's in it.
Yeah.
What would be the point otherwise? A lot of great fighting sequences, a lot of gore. Johnny was fantastic, but perhaps Carl might have been a bit too old to be playing the part. That's been kind of a question since we found out that he was playing Johnny. And it's not with any disrespect. It's just that would be like any one of the three of us or the four of us playing him.
Yeah.
It's funny. I actually have a different tweet from like the one that you're looking at that's got very similar kind of thoughts. It just basically says Mortal Kombat 2 just had its test screening and it's okay. Has great world building, great fight scenes and gore. Ending was a little lackluster. That's pretty typical of Mortal Kombat to begin with. Big shock. And then Carl Urban as Johnny Cage was a little disappointing and people felt he was a bit too old for the role. When I think Johnny Cage, I don't think Carl Urban. I think fucking Kano. That's just me.
Yeah.
Grizzled.
Well, basically his
Ugly
character in The
inside.
Boys, Billy Butcher. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, that's Kano. I don't know.
Oh, Kano from the original Mortal Kombat movie. But yeah, in all the Mortal Kombat series of the games, Johnny Cage does progress in age. So, I mean...
But then he's already married to Sonya, and he's supposed to have a relationship with Katana in this movie. So I'm kind of interested in what's going on with this.
But the Mortal Kombat universe on the latest game shows there's a multi-timeline. So where things change on the last game, they talk about that. So I don't know if they're...
I haven't played that
in. So...
Okay.
I'll hit MK1 when it's on PlayStation Plus. Like, it looks good.
Yeah, it does.
I haven't even played the last one yet.
Yeah, I think I played 10, and that's about where I stopped.
Yeah. None of them have been as good as Deadly Alliance for me. Like, they peaked at Deadly Alliance there, and
I love Deadly Alliance. Nobody really talks about that one anymore, but hey, can't take away my memories and joy of that game.
Give
like a
Paramount
goddamn
time.
Serenity song.
Oh, and then next for upcoming movie, what do we have here? Jurassic World 4. So Scarlett Johansson has been wanting to be a part of this franchise for about 10 years. Says that she doesn't care what she took. She would die. She would get eaten by something. Anything needed to be done. She just wanted to be in Jurassic World for the last 10 years. And that sounds nice. That sounds cool and all, but like only 10 years? Like, wouldn't you wanted to be in that franchise earlier? Like,
Yeah.
she's been around for a long time. Or maybe it's just because of the whole like resurgence, Jurassic World itself. Maybe she didn't mean Jurassic Park. I don't know.
Hey, we got a bunch of Marvel cast members just jumping over to the Jurassic Park universe.
Jurassic Park. All willing to eat Scarlett Johansson for anyway.
I'll eat Scarlett Johansson.
Anyway.
I didn't want to make the joke.
Hey, I'll make the horrible jokes.
Yeah.
I'll save Kevin the embarrassment this time. I can take care of that myself.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of embarrassment and horrible jokes, the last bit of upcoming movie news we have from Sony is another fighting game. Street Fighter is going to get another movie with the release date of March 20th, 2026. It's going to be another live action film.
Oh God.
Not going to have anything to do with the Legend of Chun-Li, thank goodness. Its own
Is Jean-Claude going to be in it?
No.
Fucking better be.
I hope not. Like, that movie's only good for riff tracks. It really is.
Yeah.
It's one of those good bad movies.
Like, did you
Agreed.
guys see
I
that
own
in the
that
theater?
fucker back here.
I own it. I own it. Mine too.
Oh, sure.
I got this steel book that came with bison bucks in it.
Ooh.
That's cool.
That's awesome. I'm
I mean,
jealous
the
of
movie
that
could
now.
be interesting. It could be fun, but it's gonna be a tough sell for people. They really. I do have one Street Fighter kind of movie over here, but it was kind of a cheap independent one from a bunch of years ago. I wasn't even the big fan of that one, so I don't know.
I just don't think they've ever done better than the cartoon.
Yo, the animated fucking movie was fucking
Good.
killer.
Yeah, like for what it was when we covered that on the show, like that was a lot of fun compared to the movie, the actual movie.
My God, it was.
So it was kind of like, well, you know what? This is where animated features are really great because studios either can't or won't do certain things within movies when they adapt a film. And animated features can do those things that movies can't show. Constantine, we talk about all the time, is great for that. Whatever they can't show you in the movie, they showed you on the TV series, and whatever they couldn't show you in the TV series will blow your mind in the animated Constantine movies.
Oh yeah, agreed. And yeah, I'm a big fan of the animated features, and I'd like to see a little bit of a return back to those. You could make them more mature. It's fine. People will still go and see it. It just, you got to make sure you market it appropriately and not be like, hey, you could bring your 6-year-old to this movie as they are ripping hearts out of chests and smashing skulls open, Just saying.
My kid would be fine, but that's just my kid.
You train them well.
Yeah, mine too.
I've desensitized Zoe pretty well.
There you go.
All right. Well, so that was it that I had for upcoming movie news. A little less jokes, a lot more seriousness. We had some tragedies this week in entertainment news. The first thing that happened was the passing of Bill Cobbs, legendary actor from a ton of films.
Demolition Man.
Yeah, we always talk about him from Demolition Man. Like, golly, Night at the Museum. What was it? New Jack City, I think he was in.
This talks about Sucker Proxy. Great movie.
Yeah, like it just one of the most memorable characters that you could possibly think of in anything that he's in. And so, I mean, that was just
90.
Yeah, that was just heartbreaking
Mhm.
to hear. So, and then the
I
next day,
will cherish his roles.
yeah, the next day we got some pretty bad news again that Martin Mull passed away. And same kind of actor that always iconic in everything that he's in, always a memorable quote from whatever movie. This is Martin Mull, like in a nutshell, a genius. Whether it was a bit part, the main part, he was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And God, like I said, we were talking about it before the show. Like when I found out that he passed away yesterday, I had to stop doing what I was doing to turn on Clue for a little bit, which doesn't sound like a horrible thing or like that, like crazy of a thing for me to do. But what I was doing was watching Spaceballs with my kids. So turning that off was kind of a big deal. Like he was an important actor for a lot of people that like just truly love comedy or comedians. Like he was a good friend.
And he could reach across different genres. He didn't just do more adult comedies. He did younger comedies. And the one name on one show I'm not seeing listed here is Sabrina the Teenage Witch. He was in that one too.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he was an important character. Yes, I watched the Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and I was in college. Yes, I did watch that show. I did not watch the new Netflix version though.
No.
Was he an
Melissa
uncle?
Joan Hart fan back then.
Yep.
Back then.
And Kevin with the joke this time. Just
Yeah,
don't
when I-
disrespect anybody with that one.
Well, yeah, when I saw that posted, and I'm like, my wife was sitting next to me, and I'm like, oh shit, Martin Mull, he died, and she's like, who? And I'm thinking, okay, I'm listing off movies. She's like, I don't remember it, and I'm like, the gay guy out for Roseanne. Oh yeah. Oh, that's sad. He passed away. Like,
or if you just showed a picture, it'd be like, oh,
yeah, I showed her a
the
picture.
guy I've
She's
seen
like,
him.
and I'm like, the gay guy in Roseanne. Oh yeah. Now I remember.
Rosie's
Well, everybody's
dick
got
is
a
awesome.
solid memory of him from something, so
Mhm.
it's not far to reach for. Hey, yeah, I know that guy.
I love him getting slapped in the face by Tim Curry on Clue.
Yeah. That's where he was like, he really excelled, was in like Clue.
I've been shot.
Pretty much.
We just watched that recently, but god damn, I could watch it all the time and still
I
laugh
love
just
Clue.
as hard.
Oh, that's a classic.
Anyhow, that is too bad. I, again,
Yeah.
super sorry to see both legends go. They're both icons and are two people that will be smiled upon anytime someone looks back upon them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, we send condolences to the family, best wishes, our hearts are with you, and we'll always remember these two gents for the rest of our lives for all the wonderful roles they did and the great people they were.
Yeah. So, and then really, I've just got one more smile, and that's our last big topic, I suppose, to talk about. The big elephant in the room this week that happened in entertainment was the drop of episode 5 of The Acolyte.
Great transition there, Kevin.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about smiles, and I was going to bring about Smilo Ren, who is now known as the Stranger,
or Darth Teeth in some circles.
Darth Teeth in the Electric and the Electric Mayhem.
The Electric Sith.
But he's Camille, the Stranger.
Yes. So this is from Disney. This is their official announcement of him. The Stranger, with a specialized cortosis gauntlet and a mask permanently twisted into a frightful grin. The Stranger, with a red-bladed lightsaber, appears as if out of thin air. While some may call him a Sith, little is known of this Darksider, who has been training May and Asaya in secret, hiding his face from his pupil. When needed, he has adopted the alias Khmer, acting as a shiftless drifter and supply her with seemingly no cares at all other than his own amusements. Okay.
Yeah.
So some might call him a Sith,
He
or
says
he's
that
just
himself
Sith.
Yeah.
in this show.
Yeah. He's just a Sith. Like that wasn't clever writing. It wasn't.
Well, and he's
Cortez-
basically had an interview where he calls himself a Sith Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a recent interview, too.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. That's cool because so far they haven't done a whole lot to make him Sith other than give him a red lightsaber and hate on Jedis.
Yeah.
He's made the comment that Jedis won't allow him to practice his abilities the way that he likes to.
I just want to express myself peacefully by myself.
That's not what a Sith does necessarily.
No.
Yeah, we need to talk about his flair.
Kamir has flair. I like his flair. And he has a
But he
perfect
needs to
smile.
express himself more.
I don't know. I didn't dislike him all that much until he started talking. And then I was kind of like, not very Sith-like.
No. Once that mask came off, it kind of ruined it for me.
Huh. I don't necessarily agree with either of you.
Oh my God!
What?
I haven't told anybody about like what I was thinking about this episode like all week. And in my opinion, when he took the mask off and it showed Kamir, the actor Manny, I forgot what his last Jacinto.
Yeah.
It felt like his charisma finally came out and he could be the actor that everybody knows he is. He is a good actor in other movies and shows that he's ever done. But when he was playing as Kamir, it's like, that's fucking horrible, right? He still has horrible writing and dialogue he's conveying. I put that fully on the writers, but like once the mask comes off, as stupid as how he got the stupid helmet off, he got fucking like young little Padawan just knocks it off with a couple elbow hits. Like, okay, whatever your name is, Jackie, jackasses. But
after got hit by lightsabers several times before.
Well, it's a Cortosis helmet, so.
Yeah.
But the fact that he was going toe-to-toe with her was kind of annoying, considering he basically smoked a bunch of bitches before that point. But
full Jedi. Jedi.
Yeah, full Master Jedi, not young little Padawans that don't know what the fuck they're doing yet. But I really liked his presence, and I liked the charisma finally came out of him. It's like just through his body presence, his motions, his emotive through his face is like, there's the badass we've been looking for in this show. And what he was able to execute for any sort of fighting at that point was pretty good. I don't like the labor. We could talk about the lightsaber fight in just a moment, but overall, I really felt he was the best part of the episode, and he really popped for me in this show. Like, finally, we get a somewhat decent character and probably the best actor in the show at this point. So I really like the reveal. Yes, we all saw it fucking coming, but I like his presence. I like his charisma. I felt like he really assumed the role, although I don't think he's the main Sith master in this show. I think he's working for somebody else, and what he's trying to do is get his own apprentice to then take out his master. The rule of two. That's just my theory and thought on that.
I can see where you're going with that, and I kind of agree with that too. So, but there were scenes during the, well, I don't know if we should get to the lightsaber battle right away, but
we can.
When they're fighting, they did hit him on the head with the butt of their lightsaber, and it didn't knock that mask off. And I'm like, okay, but then she comes in later and just there it came off. I was kind of like,
elbow hit, elbow hit. Yeah. There goes the helmet.
That's the weakness of that material. I don't know.
That was stupid to me, but yeah.
That one spot here.
Yeah. the whole lightsaber battles going between them, that was really good. They kind of went Game of Thrones Red Wedding there when everybody was getting killed off. I was like, oh, okay. Oh, now they're dead. Oh, they're dead. Oh,
this guy's a total badass.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's like, all right, this is cool. He's just, yeah, screw you guys. I don't care about you.
I just didn't like that Jackie was like putting him on his heels. I'm like, yo, you just fucking smoked bitches, and now you're going toe to toe with a young little Padawan who's probably never been in a legit fight against anything of any sort of power.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm not buying that. Like,
I didn't like
that. Okay, so could you guys tell me any of the names of any of the other Jedi that was there outside of Yord, Jecki, and Sol?
No.
No. Those were all fucking red shirts.
Yeah,
all
pretty much.
Red shirts.
I've heard this on other streams too. Yeah. Everybody calls this the red shirt crew.
They had no names. They were all named Guy.
From Galaxy Quest.
Yeah.
Guy number 1, guy number 2, gal number 4.
They all wore the same exact fucking robes, except they're in different sizes. They were there as a body count. Like, we need to show that he's bad and he can kill all these guys. How many Jedi? 5? 4? 6? 6 Jedi. And a kid. Have him kill a kid. Oh. Then he'll be super badass. It's a little insistent. Like, they randomly brought all these fucking Jedi that are unnecessary just to die. They served no other purpose than to die and show how bad he was. It's not that the fight scene wasn't awesome. I just didn't feel like his dominance and scariness as a Sith from that battle. Like, I appreciated him killing Jecki. I truly did.
With the 3 stab wounds to the chest, but maybe she still lives because maybe all of her internal organs are actually in her arms or her legs.
Well, I don't think that she does.
No, it's just a fun little thought to think about for a moment. We've seen stupid shit in Disney Star Wars. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Daphne Keane was interviewed and said, there are so many directors in blockbuster sagas that are so scared to kill off their characters and are so comfortable with bringing characters back to life, and all these cheeky little writer tricks that I think are quite cheeky. And I really like that she's actually killing people, because if you're not making it dangerous, then why are we even here? Yes, honey, it sounds prolific and all that. That sounds great. But really, all that they did to Jecki was have her as a character to make Osha mad. Make Osha need revenge, have to avenge that girl that she loved and cared about. And what do
because
we call
there's
that?
so many violations going on. It's ridiculous.
Fridging is a literary trope in which female character faces disappropriate harm, such as death, maiming, or physical assault, to serve as plot devices to motivate their other characters. Usually male characters, but in this particular case, we'll overlook that. Golly, it wasn't that profound. It wasn't that good of writing. They fridged Jecki. That's the only reason why she was there. The only reason why she was a kid or a Padawan was to make it a more horrible death. They killed a young girl.
Well, they sure as shit weren't going to do it to May.
No.
Who's got her own stupidity going on? I mean, it's the overall quality of writing on this show still isn't good.
I predicted it when the battle started. The switcheroo. I was like, watch, you're going to switch them. Oh,
yeah. It's just the Parent Trap, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, God, what was that? Anyway.
What
really bothered me was Sol at the end. Just basically which one are you? Oh, Osha. You cannot tell that she's not the same fucking person. Tattoo on her face notwithstanding, you can't tell by her Jedi signature. You've been training this bitch for how long? And you can't pick up on that. Yet he's got this little slight pause in looking at her. he might be buying into it, but I don't give this writing staff that much credit. I think he honestly thinks it's OSHA, and it's like, oh God, please don't do this. But it's too late. They've already written the damn show, and this is what they're doing with it. And the goddamn haircut was stupid as shit. I'm like, oh, she is so proud to cut her hair. And then I'm going to strip my sister naked. We're going to swap clothes. I'm going to leave her behind. And then, oh, darn. Then my former boss is going to deal with her ass. Like, wow, you keep going from I'm a badass killer to no, my sister's alive. I'm going to turn myself into no, I'm going to fucking run away. Okay, no, I'm going to go back to being a Darksider. No, I'm going to go back to helping. No, I'm actually now going to complete a subterfuge and go incognito on board a ship and do some real fucking damage. Who knows what the fuck is going? It's too fucking messy. This isn't cute. It's not smart. It's not clever. It's a mess.
Speaking of a mess, do you know how much it would smell cutting your hair with a fucking lightsaber?
I was just about to say that. How can you not smell it?
God damn!
And you can smell that shit like 20 feet away. Like it's clear as day.
And for a long time too.
Kevin's loading something up here.
No, all I was thinking was this episode was not bad. We'll talk a little bit about the bad things of it, is because it is just a bad show. But this episode did kind of save things as far as like the quality value of how it's been going. But we had to wait, 5 episodes to get a damn lightsaber battle in, or any kind of action whatsoever that was worth calling fun.
Yeah. I mean, I did overall enjoy the scene, but I don't think it was the best thing since like the Phantom Menace Duel of the Fates.
No, not remotely.
I was hearing that. I'm like, there ain't no way you living up to that. And they didn't, but it was fun. But I was seeing massive problems all the way through. From like the second they threw the lightsaber and the trees were falling in the wrong fucking direction, I'm like, oh, come on, detail work, people. Come on. This isn't that hard.
I was going to bring
$180 million.
Where the fuck did all that money go? I really don't understand. I mean, money laundering, insurance fraud, whatever. Like, clearly the money went to somebody's pocket and not the work.
So this is where they come up with the ideas in the 80s.
Damn. Hookers and blow.
Well, given Star Wars' true nature, there is some good news and silver lining. Silver lining. We'll call it copper lining, kurtosis lining. Coming in September, you will be able to, for $100, give yourself a stranger.
You'll be able to buy... pre-orders have been sold out, actually, too, by the way.
Really? Wow.
Yep.
Oh, Hasbro. No wonder.
Yep.
So all you Star Wars fans out there, have you given yourself a stranger?
Stranger danger.
Let me see.
Working on it. Working on that.
That fucking Dead Space helmet back here from the collector's edition looks better than this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, $100 for that thing, and it looks thin. It looks real thin.
Real thin. Yeah, it's gonna break. All you gotta do is lift it up off the ground.
Yep.
No, just a couple elbows. Be good.
Yep. A couple elbows to the chin and break the back of the helmet. Yeah.
So, and then all kidding aside, like we've been talking about this for 3 weeks now, and not a single one of you guys fucking told me that Leslie Headland used to work.
God, Kevin.
Was the right-hand man for Harvey Weinstein?
Don't misgender her.
Oh, I'm not. I'm not. Like, why are people fucking entertaining this fucking bitch to do anything? Like,
that's a very excellent question, Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
This is why we're not working in Hollywood, yo.
I'm sorry. She She worked for one of the most notorious blackballers ever. Rapists.
You might
and
want to
black-
rephrase that.
Yeah.
He had the ability to
Oh, we got him, Skeeter.
cancel people's career advancements if they didn't put things in their mouths that they didn't want to.
Don't upset Hillary Clinton now.
So I'm really glad that Daphne Keene thinks that fucking Leslie Hetland is so fucking profound. Kind of what anyway. So, but furthering that thought along in the news, Leslie Hetland has gotten a little bit more what's the word I'm looking for? Fortune smiling upon her after that loss of her job. So once she's going to be done with this, yeah, she's going to be getting her own Broadway production. Yes, and I believe it's going to be called "Stick It in Your Mouth, or You're Never Going to Work in This Town Again."
Yeah,
there was a word for people like her a long time ago that we can't say, but you really shouldn't screw over your own fucking people for advancement and wealth. It's not cool.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Did she play Roz on Monsters, Inc.? She's got that same bass.
Mike Wazowski. I don't know, but God, what an evil piece of shit if that's the case. I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize. That's okay. But, you know, if we got no other headlines, we do have two final things before we wrap it up tonight, everybody. We got a couple trailers for everybody to check out because at the end of the year, Christmas time, we're going to be checking out some vampirage. That's right. We're going to be seeing Nosferatu from Robert Eggers. So we're going to cue up that trailer. And then, Wicked Virtue was playing it earlier. Okay. I haven't actually seen this, so this is going to be brand new for me as well. So if you have seen it, don't say anything. We're just going to let it play. I don't care if we get hit, whatever. We'll clip it out later. So anybody watching live, this is for you.
I really can't
Merry
wait to see
fucking
this.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm not sure, but that might look better than Shadow of the Vampire.
Yes.
And that was
Very
a damn
much.
good movie.
Yeah, it was.
Was that the one with Willem?
Yeah.
He played Max Schreck, who played Count Orlok in the original silent film.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
But in this, Shrek actually was a vampire.
So this is really neat to see him in that universe again, just in a different role.
Yeah.
Less creepy role, I guess.
So excitement level, guys, where is this on a 1 to 10 scale for you?
Good solid 8 for me.
I'm at 11. I'm like super pumped for this.
11. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 10. Like it's been a while since I've been excited by a horror film, it's not that so much that Lily Rose is in it or that Willem Dafoe is in it. Like I love Nosferatu. I always thought it was cool. I love the original film. Like we just talked about, I love Shadow of the Vampire. And for her to have this breakout movie to make her as huge as her dad got with Nightmare on Elm Street, I think would just be sublime.
Yeah, I think this is setting this movie up for success. It shows just enough in the trailer. I like how this doesn't follow through with the normal pattern of a goddamn movie trailer and spoils or gives too much away. It's like gives just enough. And it really builds up the tension of this motherfucker is coming to town and it's going to be fucking brutal. And I love Robert Eggers and most of his movies. Now, not all of them are hits with me, but like for the most part, dude knows what the fuck he's doing. If anything, it kind of reminds me of a movie I have not seen. Last Voyage of the Demeter was the last kind of vampire movie I was interested in seeing, but I never got around to watching it.
I haven't
so
seen
now
it
this
either.
is going to make me want to go check that out.
I heard it was good.
I heard it was good too. So,
So and that was probably the last Dracula movie that I wanted to see, because Dracula Untold was not on my radar. I was like,
No.
nah.
It wasn't that good.
I have that
No.
one, but I have not sat through to watch that one yet.
I haven't seen a good, solid vampire movie in a very long time.
Yeah.
I can't even think what the last one I saw was that I really enjoyed. Maybe Underworld, and even then, it took me a long time to even watch that.
Yeah.
That was okay. It was pretty good, but Lost Boys still that's right there for me. That was a really good vampire movie.
I'm on that one, but Salem's Lot, 30 Days of Dark, 30 Days of Night. I really liked with Josh Hartnett.
That was pretty good.
Yeah. There's some good ones out there, but like really great ones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's kind of hard to.
Mm-hmm.
The kind that gets your heart pumping and your blood pressure up. That's what I'm talking about.
Not
Vampires.
Twilight Boy,
Yeah.
John Carpenter's Vampires was not a great movie, but golly, it had some gore and action sequences to it that just made you
Well, by all accounts, From Dusk Till Dawn too.
Yeah. I was just
Now, with John Carpenter's Vampires, the fact that they would stake those bastards and then drag them out to the light of day, that was cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was
I'm
really
gonna
cool.
go back and rewatch that just to see if I have a different opinion these days, because I didn't like it when it first came out.
Yeah.
I liked the movie, I hated the book, and then I started getting really, really tired of the movie.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Like the book really gave me hope that I could be an artist one day and publish it, or publish a book, because this guy got a fucking movie made of his shit. And I'm like,
Yeah. Well, if you guys are interested, we got one last trailer, and then we can say goodbye to everybody. This one is A24, and it came out 4 days ago, starring Hugh Grant, called Heretic. Now, I don't know about copy on this one, but we're just going to let it play, and we'll then find out in post if we got to do anything. So enjoy, everybody.
Hi, good afternoon, ma'am. Are you interested in learning about our Savior, Jesus Christ? Hi. Good afternoon. Hi, are you? Your name is Sister Barnes, and oh my gosh.
A24 movies are kind of an acquired taste.
Are you interested in learning more about the Church of Jesus Christ?
Come on in.
We can't come inside unless another woman is present.
My wife is home. Does that count?
Great.
You like pie?
Yeah.
My wife has pie in the oven.
I could tell
suckers.
you are a spiritually curious person.
I think it is good
to be religious, to find your faith in a doctrine you actually believe.
Well, our work here is done.
And I will go and check on the pie.
Let's get religious, everybody.
Silence
Uh-oh. Ding dong.
Jump through the window.
You fit through this? You're crazy.
Jump through the fucking window.
I would have.
Oh my.
We just need to go home.
I won't keep you if you wish to leave. But I want you to choose which door to go through based on your faith.
What does this have to do with us leaving?
Everything.
Huh.
We're being studied.
It will make your hearts beat faster. It may even make you want to die. Do not be afraid. You will witness a miracle.
It's the MC Escher room.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that.
Or Cube.
Yep, Cube.
Neat.
That looks good and creepy.
Hugh Grant plays a great fucking villain. I'm very in for checking this one out.
Yeah.
And like I said, most A24 movies are kind of hit or miss, but like when they hit, they're usually pretty good.
That looked fun.
Yeah.
And I'm not a Hugh Grant fan.
Yeah, I'm not much of a fan of him either, but he does do decent work from time to time.
Neat.
Yeah, I just wanted to share that. That was something I saw like a little bit earlier today, and I'm like, I didn't even know about this fucking movie until
Has
today.
he even done horror movies before? I don't know if he has.
Lair of the White Worm is the only one I can think
That's
of.
right. That's right. I forgot about that one.
But he did do that Dungeons and Dragons movie, Honor Amongst Thieves.
Yeah, but it wasn't really that much of a bad guy character. Like here,
He was a bad guy, but he wasn't. Really a
pure
top
bad guy like this.
Antagonist more so than a villain.
Right. This one, he seems like a straight like fucking serial killer.
Yeah.
Almost. I can easily see how a sequel could happen to this too.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shit, they could string Saw along 7 movies.
8.
Or
however many. I lost count.
The first 4 all happening at the same time. That was pretty damn smart. I don't know about anything after that, but yeah.
Oh, is that how that played out? I only made it through the first one and then part of the second one. I count watching half of the second one, watching 2 of them, but that's about as far as I made it.
1 through 4 are okay. 4 is 5 is shit. It doesn't have a surprise ending at all. 6, did you know? We know you didn't like 5. It was crap. Here's a really good movie for you. And then 7 and 8 were meh.
Okay.
Yeah.
The only other A24 movie I saw a preview for that looks just as good as this was The Front Room.
Is that the one you sent us this morning? With the old lady?
Yeah, the old lady.
Okay.
Creeping around, and she's taking her to the house, and that looks good too. I'm kind of.
I haven't actually checked that out yet.
Fingers
I have
crossed
that
on
open
that
in
one.
another tab, or did I?
I showed that to my wife. I'm like, old people are fucked up. And she's like, you're
That's
old.
very true.
I showed my wife, and she's like, "Oh, this is going to be good. Hopefully, they don't ruin it." And I'm like, "Hopefully." And she goes, I tell her it's A24, so who knows? And she's like, I don't know what that means. I'm like, yeah. I said the same people did Midsommar, and she's like, oh, if they do it like that, it's going to be great. I'm like, yeah, hopefully they do. So,
well, they had a couple movies with Mia Goth, so.
Oh, those X movies?
Yep.
I still need to see those. Apparently.
Yep. That said, unless there's anything else, guys, I want to thank you all for joining us on this panel tonight. We had a pretty good discussion. We talked about a little bit of everything. If you're wondering why we're not talking about The Boys, I'm doing a separate video on that during the week. It's on our channel. Super quick on that. It's still not great. All right. That's about all I got.
Flying killer sheep. How can you go wrong?
Did you ever see Black Sheep? Fucking Black Sheep was rad.
God, in my video, I talked about how it was. God fucking damn it. But anyways, thank you everybody who is tuning in on our Facebook page. Oh, Kevin, you got something?
I have a rumor that we missed.
Oh, do it.
One last thing about Star Wars. They have not mentioned what this new project is going to be or what the role is going to be, but it is rumored that Sydney Sweeney is being circulated for a role in an upcoming Star Wars picture. They're not saying what, but your imagination can only just kind of lie around.
Only if the blue milk really flows.
Yep.
Which is funny because I've heard that's like the horriblest tasting shit ever.
It's just vanilla milk and blue food color.
With blue dye, yeah.
Yeah. I got it. Oh no, I didn't bring it up here yet. I got it downstairs still. So
Jesus.
I thought you were gonna
actually a thing.
No,
yeah, it wasn't impressive.
Sydney Sweeney, on the other hand, is pretty impressive.
So the other thing I heard was for the Superman movie that there's a leak about Ultraman, or is it Ultraman?
Yeah, the
Ultraman
evil
becoming
Superman of Earth 3.
Yep, becoming Bizarro Superman.
Oh,
that was the leak I read today, and I'm like, yeah.
If
What
they're
the hell are we
doing
doing with this movie, Gun? Jesus.
That's what I'm kind of wondering, if they're throwing out false rumors.
Probably.
Just to
I
make
hope
it
that's
go
a
into
false
it.
rumor.
I don't know if Lex whacks him with the Bizarro ray.
Because the only thing they showed was a guy in a black suit, black mask, and there's kind of like a U shape on his chest, but not big. But
yeah,
could be Ultraman, but I don't know.
Yeah, just make it Darkseid at this point. Who gives a shit?
Yeah. That's all I had for today. I read that. I was like, oh, interesting.
Anything else you might have caught, Chad?
No, y'all
Keeping
said everything.
That was all I had. No more surprises.
Hey, not a problem. All right. I'm going to sign off, everybody. But before we go, Chad, let people know where they can find you on social media if you care to share that with them.
I'm on Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky. I'm at Mr. Peterman.
Skeeter.
Right here in the link. Every social media you can find out there at Skeeter on Sound.
Kevin.
And you could find Jeff and I here at SunsAndShadows.com and on this Suns and Shadows Cast YouTube channel.
Right on, everybody. So please hit that little like button down below if you liked our stream. And put a comment down below. Did you like any of our headlines? Got any thoughts, comments, opinions, whatever? You want to hear about it? We do read our comments. And also, hit the little subscribe button and little bell notification so you stay tuned for all of our videos and all of our live feeds. We got some fun stuff on the way, and we're ramping up production. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see you all on the next stream. And that's